I am Loki of Asgard.
Is the Loki of the Marvel Universe the same as the Loki of Norse mythology? Well, from the trickster god of Norse mythology to Marvel's anti-hero, the character of Loki has changed a lot. But one thing that hasn't changed is people's fascination for the character. So how about we go on a journey from the earliest stories of the god in historical records to the comics, Marvel movies,
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
and finally Marvel's Loki TV series. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Most mythological accounts depict Loki as an apocalyptic troublemaker, thief and trickster, cunning, deceitful, agile, scheming shapeshifter. The absolute scourge of the gods, he claims to be a god, but is the descendant of a giant. Despite being part of divine society, Loki's behavior contradicts the moral order in which the gods live, thus raising questions about his loyalties, especially when he fights against the gods instead of joining them against a common enemy. In this sense, he is neither for nor against the gods, neither good nor evil. He likes to cause chaos. Yet, for all his vices, Loki represents both psychological change on an individual and socio-cultural level. He is an essential character worthy of consideration in the epic and mythological stories that created him. Loki is forever the villain. He loves being part of God's society, but also wants to tear it down because it tries to control him. In all the depictions of him, one thing remains constant. Loki wants to overthrow the entire system by causing the apocalypse. Thus, it highlights the sociological tension between those in power and those without power. He is a rebel who ultimately wishes to destroy what he wishes to accept. However, when or if he destroys it, he has no plan as to what he will do next. Loki's origins as a major player in the dramatic plots of Norse mythology began with Snorri Sturluson's Icelandic Edda. Although he is considered a conflicted character in most of the prose, his character changes to reveal his evil intentions and indirect involvement in the death of the god Baldur, Odin's favorite golden son. However, despite his cruel nature, Loki still represents a powerful metaphor for change and transition. By causing chaos, questioning the system, testing limits, and instigating sudden changes, the trickster functions for the unpredictability of change on one hand and the importance of managing it on the other. It also alludes to the dangers of cultural regression and stagnation compared to progress. As Edda points out, everything changes and Ragnarok, the end of the system, is inevitable. However, as long as Loki is detained, civilization will be safe. Loki is therefore an important reminder of how, without change, even the most perfect civilization can collapse. Loki has evolved since his origins in the early 13th century. In the 19th century, he was depicted as the dark-haired 5th Semitic chronicler of Norse Aesir and a Prometheus-like Norse hero bearing the gift of culture. His character also appeared in the opera The Ring of the Nibelung by Richard Wagner. After that, he appeared in many television series,
At last I am free!
movies, video games, and most notably, the Marvel comics as Loki Laufeyson. In the comics, he is based on the original Norse god Loki, the Asgardian god of mischief. He is the adopted son of King Odin, the adopted brother of the superhero Thor, and is both a supervillain and an anti-hero. The comic series sets the stage for Loki's advanced stardom as a central character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In 11 years, Loki appears in 6 films with a total runtime of less than 2 hours. Yet his character made such an impact on audiences that he even surpassed Thor, the god of thunder. For what? Well, after the Avengers, Loki, as a character, took on a life of his own in the minds of viewers, creating a large and devoted fan base. Marvel's fans consider Loki the best villain in the entertainment company's history, and even joke that the evil Loki is more famous than all the heroes combined.
Listen well, brother. I'm listening.
So what is it about this villain that makes people love him? Perhaps it is the age-old saying that everyone loves a villain. Loki has certainly proven himself to be a scoundrel. After all, he sent frost giants to Asgard, attempted to destroy the land of Jotunheim, attacked New York, and committed mass murder, contributing to the death of his mother, Frigga, even if he didn't realize it at the moment. Faked his death, replaced his father Odin as king, stole the Tesseract after the Avengers defeated him, and most recently attempted to manipulate the temporal variance authority and plunge the universe into chaos once again. That's a solid criminal record. However, this dangerous scammer has another side. He's charming, smart, determined, funny, handsome, misunderstood, scared, tortured, vulnerable, and ultimately wants to be good. In the mythological literature and in the Marvel context, he always seems to repair the damage he has caused. Again, most recently, he told a variation of himself, Sylvie, that she was wonderful as she was trapped in the impending apocalypse, begging Sylvie not to kill He Who Remains and attempted to warn TVA of an impending multiverse war. So in essence, despite all the evil chaos, the audience still wants Loki more and forgives him because he's still trying to make up for his reckless actions. Marvel's Loki TV series revolves around time travel. Loki falls into the hands of the mysterious Temporal Variance Authority after stealing the Tesseract in Avengers Endgame 2019. TVA is a bureaucratic organization that exists outside of time and space. TVA recruits Loki to help them capture a dangerous variant of himself. The plot includes concepts of philosophy and psychoanalytic theory, such as the question of repetitive compulsion. Questions that attract attention include whether someone can truly change, whether there is such a thing as free will, and what makes Loki, Loki. In Season 1 of the TV series, Loki encounters several variations of himself, from old and young lookalikes to an alligator. However, there is one version that stands out above the rest: Sylvie, the female version of Loki. Sylvie is inspired by Sylvie Lushton, aka the Enchantress, and Lady Loki from Marvel Comics. She plays a central role in the development of the character Loki. Sylvie questions his selfish views, and Loki is forced to face his demons and find the good within himself. The bond he forms with Sylvie causes them to take care of each other. Basically, they love themselves, which can be understood as narcissism. That is Loki's evolution from an academically studied mythological character to a contemporary Marvel star. As Tom Hiddleston said of the famous character, Loki has been here for centuries and will be here for centuries more.
What do you think? Comment down in the section below and don't forget to like and subscribe.